Hey, guys. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. I am your Vision Coach, LaToya Early, and I'm excited to share some strategies with you today. For those of you who are new to Maximize Your Monday, we are recording via Facebook Live for our podcast. So please make sure that you visit Clean Air Media or any outlet that you listen to your podcast and check out the Maximize Your Monday podcast. So listen, before we get started, I want you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you guys to share this broadcast. We are going to talk about three words that really could be the reason of why you are not able to really generate wealth or financial stability in your business. So I want you guys to do me a favor and share this broadcast. If you are new to Maximize Your Monday, welcome. Mondays are my favorite days of the week. Why? Because it gives us an opportunity to try all over again, right? Most people struggle with Mondays, and a lot of people hate Mondays because they feel like Mondays are dreadful. It's the start to a brand new work week. It's a start to just doing things repetitively. And so I want to be the one to help you change the way you think about Mondays. So I have been absent a couple Mondays because I was celebrating my birthday. You guys, listen, birthdays are a big deal for me. So last week I did not record our Maximize Your Monday, but I am back. Hey, Joe, what's going on? So listen, guys, do me a favor and share this broadcast. We are going to talk about three words that could be the reason why you are unable to grow financially in your business or in your life, even if you haven't started your business yet, if you haven't yet launched the business. Thank you, Shanitra. If you are struggling in your 9 to 5 and living that paycheck to paycheck, I want to talk about three words that you have to rid from your vocabulary. And listen, guys, know that this is a ongoing process. So the words that I'm going to share with you today, I don't want you to think this is something that's going to happen immediately, but I do want you to be mindful of the things that you say, because there is power in what you say. Understand that the power of death and life is in what you say. And I want you to be mindful of the things that you allow to come out of your mouth. Every single morning when I get ready to take my kids to school, we always go through our morning affirmations. And one of the things that I make them say each and every day is the power of my day is in what I say. And I know that may sound, cliche to you. Hey, Sylvie, I know that may sound cliche. I know that may sound, like something generic, but it's true. The power of your day is in what you say. The power of your growth is in what you say. The growth of your business is in what you say. Hey, Tiana. Hey, Norm. Hey, Gwen. Please make sure you guys share this, because what's happening is, if you notice, a lot of us are using idle words. A lot of us are saying some things about ourselves and about our businesses, and we're not realizing that we are planting seeds that are causing a harvest that we were not expecting, right? So a lot of times, even as children, if you think about it, you tell your children that they're hard-headed or they're bad, or you're telling them they're getting on your nerves. Listen, you have to be cautious of the things that you allow come out of your mouth. Why? Because you are planting a seed. Every word that you speak is planting a seed, and it will reap a harvest, whether or not you want it to or not, whether or not you understand which form it's going to harvest in, it will harvest. So again, I want to share with you guys three words that you have to rid from your vocabulary. And it's funny because I taught this in my coaching program, where I teach the coaches on how to get hired. And the first thing that we have to rid, if we're going to grow financially in our businesses, if we're going to build a business and gain wealth and legacy, is we have to rid the spirit of poverty, right? And so a lot of times people don't know that they are walking in the spirit of poverty, or that they have the spirit of poverty, because they don't know what it looks like. They don't know how to recognize the signs of the spirit of poverty. And so I want to share with you three words that could be causing you to stay in that space of poverty thinking. You guys know I have a shirt that I wear for Maximize Your Monday every single Monday. Well, not every Monday, but most Mondays. It's a millionaire mindset. And it's my favorite shirt because it forces me to think differently. Every time I make a business transaction, every time I exchange money from one hand to another, I'm looking to transform the way I think so that I can now think as a millionaire, not just so that I can be financially wealthy, but so that I can be wealthy both physically and spiritually and mentally, right? So I want to share with you guys 3 words that you have to rid from your vocabulary if you are going to reach the financial goal that you desire. So listen, this is what I want you to do for me. Sometimes we get afraid to talk about money. Right? Sometimes we get afraid to talk about numbers because we think they're astronomical. We think that it's too big. We think that we can't reach it. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to write in the comments for me right below. And if you are listening to me by way of podcast, I want you to email me or inbox me. Find me on some sort of platform. You can find me at LaToya Early across the board, or you can email me at LaToya@ChaseGreatEnterprises.com. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to share with me your financial goal that you want to make per month. How much money do you want to make per month? The Bible talks about speak those things that are not as though they are. So I don't want you, this is your first step to ridding that spirit of fear. This is your first step of ridding that spirit of poverty. I want you to be able to expand your thinking. Right now, if you're working a traditional 9 to 5, you could be making anywhere between $1,500 to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 per month, depending on what your industry is or what you're doing. But as a business owner, don't you know that the sky is the limit? Listen, there aren't any limits placed on our financial ability. There aren't any limits placed on how much money we can make in our businesses. And so what I want you to do is right below in the comment section, I want you to jot down how much money do you want to make in your business? What is your monthly financial goal? I'll share mine with you. My goal to make per month in Chase Great is $250,000 per month. That is my goal. Right. And so I am working towards making $250,000 per month in my business. Okay, Leandria said that her goal is $10,000 per month. Listen, I want you guys to think big. Don't think that any number is too big or any number is too small. What is the number that you want to make in your business? The reason why I'm having you guys do this exercise is because remember, we're talking about the power of your words. Understand that your word is a seed. Gwen said $4,000 in her business. Come on, guys, keep them going. How much money do you want to make in your business? Don't be afraid to speak the number. Again, I said that my goal is $250,000 per month, and I will make $250,000 per month. That is my goal. At least $10,000 a month. Okay, Shanitra, at least. So give me the maximum. What is it that you want to make? Don't give me a just in case, maybe if it do work some way, somehow. Nope, I want to know what is your number. Be specific. Okay, so listen, I want to tell you guys the 3 words that you got to read. So if we're going to jump out into this thing, and if we are going to reach these numbers, because my $250,000 goal I will reach, if we're going to reach these numbers, there are 3 words. There you go, Shanitra. Very good. 10,000 a month. That's what I like. So listen, if we're going to reach these goals in our businesses, here are the 3 words that you have to read in your current vocabulary. Okay, because remember, you have to be able to identify the spirit of poverty in your life. Here are a few ways to identify the spirit of poverty. One is resenting people or others who have wealth. If you have this sense of jealousy or envy, or I don't understand how they got this, or how do they get it and I don't, how do they have it and I don't have it? Listen, that's an identifier. You have to rid that thing. No more looking at people who are gaining wealth, who have money, and you're looking at them enviously. Good, very good, Vicky. 10,000. I love it. So if you are looking at people who are making money and you have this little piece of resent in your spirit, we got to rid that. All right, now, First Lady LaQuisha, I think that you can probably give me a bigger number than that. So listen, the second identifier of the spirit of poverty is poor financial habits. Listen, guys, we probably are all victim of this. We sit down, we do our budgets, and we're like, listen, I was just having a conversation the other day, and I was saying I'm the type of person that sometimes I get in this space where I've been working really hard. I've been busting my butt in my business. I deserve to buy this for myself, right? And I know that I'm not the only person that gets like that. But see, what you have to understand is you have to be able to be a good steward over what God has given you in this moment. We have to stop living paycheck from paycheck, guys. We got to change this mentality. One of the ways that I myself have incorporated this change in my life is that now when I do my budgeting, I'm constantly moving money to different accounts. So if I have a savings account, we have our family savings account, we have a family traveling account, I have the account that I use to pay our bills, I have the account that I use to for us to just kind of spend throughout the week. Listen, you have to rid this idea of robbing Peter to pay Paul. These are spirits of poverty. And if we're going to grow financially, we're going to have to what? First, change the way we think about money. We have to change the way we think about money. Something that is really big in business of what I've been teaching the coaches, and I teach all of my business clients, is when you start your business, I need you to start paying taxes on your business the moment that you start. Why? Because we've been taught in the hood that whatever they don't know won't hurt, especially for those who only accept cash. If you only accept cash for your business, then guess what? You struggle. Why? Because at the end of the year, when it's time to show how much you've made, you can't account for it. If you're going to be wealthy, you can't just be wealthy in your pocket. You got to be wealthy on paper. So we have to change the way we think about things, right? And so again, we're talking about that spirit of poverty. You don't want to do your taxes and tell how much you really made in your business. Why? If you made 50,000, 60, 70, 80,000 in your business, you're going to have to put that on paper. That's the only way it's going to grow. I learned the hard way. I'll give you guys a quick testimony. When me and my husband were looking to buy a house, I was getting discouraged because I can show the money on paper. I can show the money in my merchant account. I can show the money, but I couldn't show the money on my taxes. Right. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, we have the money. What is the problem? We have the income. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, but I'm showing it to you. They're like, but that doesn't count. So it really quickly checked me about my finances in my business. And so now what I've been doing is I've been preparing myself, because if I'm going to make $250,000 per month, I need to be ready to at least pay 10% of that $250,000. So I need to be ready to give $25,000 at any time. Like, it's nothing, right? But you got to change the way you think about money. If you're struggling on investing, if you're struggling in putting money into your business, if you're struggling with these things, then you're going to find it very hard to grow financially in your business. Okay, real quick, those three words that we talked about. The first word that you have to rid from your vocabulary. Before I share that, make sure y'all share this broadcast for me, because I want to share this word with you. But the first word is afford. How many times have you sat down to put out for something, or you wanted to go on a trip, or you wanted to purchase something, or you wanted to do something, and what did you say? Oh, I can't afford that. Or how am I going to be able to afford that? What? Listen, you need to rid these words. That word, I can't afford, or how can I afford? You're going to have to rid that from your vocabulary. I need you to now change what you're saying. Remember, the power of death and life is in what you say, right? And so you have to now stop saying, I can't afford that. What you have to start saying is, what do I need to do to pay for or purchase whatever it is that you're pursuing? It's about planning. You can afford anything you want. I know it sounds crazy, right? But I read a book, Millionaires, I think it's called Millionaire Next Door. And they were talking about people who were making like $12 an hour, $15 an hour. And what was happening? They were dying, but they had like $4 million saved up. And they're like, how in the world can you do that? It's all about compound interest. It's about learning how to listen. Slow drips fills a pail. You got to remember that slow drips fill a pail. So if you're going to put aside $5, $10, $2, $20, understand that the more that you put aside, the more that you'll gain. Stop saying what you can't afford and start putting aside the necessary funds that you need, that you can purchase anything that you want. I don't care how much money you make per month. I don't care if you only make $1,200 per month and your bills are $1,500. You can afford it. You have to learn how to plan for it. It may take you a month and a half to plan for the following month, but guess what? You can do it. Let's take a comment. Tiana Dudley said, definitely share it to my empowerment page. Please like the page so that I can tag your videos going forward. I appreciate your work, sister. Thank you so much, Tiana. I appreciate that. Vicky Green said, I want you to turn around 3 times because you are blessing us. Hey, listen, when I get up, I'm gonna make sure I do that, okay? So listen, so we talked about the first word that we need to rid is what? Afford. Talking about what you can't afford. No, you need to learn how to plan. Remember, you need to change the way you look at things. If you change the way you view things, what? It'll change your point of view. So number 2, our second word. Now this is a big one. This one right here, especially for my business owners, this one right here is a big deal. That's too expensive. If I hear somebody else talk about how something is too expensive, listen, y'all, the reason why it's too expensive is because you have not expanded your thinking. There is nothing that is too expensive. Now, understand, there may be certain things that you don't feel the value that you should pay that amount into something versus whatever it is that they're offering. And I understand that. Cool. You can have that opinion, but you need to get rid of this "that's too expensive" phrase out of your vocabulary. Why? Because it's not that it's too expensive, it's that your brain, you have not stretched your thinking capacity has not been stretched wide enough to say that even though that costs $5,000, I'm going to get it. If there's a coaching program, if there's a business program, if there is something that is going to help you build and develop, there is no monetary value. This is something that trips me out. Someone is willing to pay $3,000, $4,000 for a handbag, something that's going to depreciate value every day that you wear it. Some of us are willing to pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 into a car, something that's going to depreciate value as you drive it. But when you spend that type of money in your brain, in your thinking, in yourself, guess what? It doesn't depreciate, it adds. You see what I'm saying? So while you go out and you spend $80,000 on a car, or you go out and you spend $5,000 on a handbag, or you go out and spend $500 on a pair of shoes, every time you wear that pair of shoes is going to depreciate value. You wear those shoes for 3 months, and guess what? You can't resell them for $500. If you go out and buy a pair of red bottoms, if that red bottom is scuffed a teeny bit, there's no way that that's going into consignment. However, if you go take that same $1,300 that you spent to go buy that red bottom, but go and invest in your business, not only do the investment add value, but now you can go out and sell that same value 7 times more. You can't do that with that red bottom. You can't do that with that car. You can't do that with that handbag. You can't do that with that pair of gym shoes. Listen, we have to start changing the way we think about things. The only thing that I'm for, I guess, with a nice investment, there's 2 things that I'm okay with investing a couple dollars in. 3, I'll say 3. The first one is my house. I'm cool with that. I got to be comfortable when I go home. Your house is your serenity. Number 2 is your business. I'm going to invest in my business. It doesn't matter how much money I need to invest in it. I'm going to make sure that I invest in it because I understand my return on my investment, right? And my last one are vacations. Listen, we have to make sure we are keeping ourselves mentally healthy. We have to make sure that we are keeping ourselves in a place of peace. We are ourselves in a place of growth. So those are the 3 things. And I'm like, if you're gonna drop a couple dollars on it, I get you. But anything outside of that, it depreciates value, right? So again, the first word that I need you to rid from your vocabulary is what? Afford. Stop saying what you can't afford. Sit down and plan for it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how much money you make. I'm covering my ears because I don't really care. If you sit down and you plan for it, then guess what? You can afford anything. Why? Because God has given us the power to gain wealth. The problem is that we aren't using our power accordingly. Number 2, talking about something that's being too expensive. Stop. Your thinking is limited. If I go out to eat with you and you tell me, oh, child, this is too expensive, I don't want to go out with you ever again. Like, don't ask me to go out again. I don't want to go out with you. Why? It's not that this place is too expensive. It's that you have not expanded your thinking. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you decide. Listen, there are t-shirts on the market. My husband just told me about a t-shirt that people are buying. It's a white t-shirt and it got like 3 holes in it. And this shirt is $2,500. I said, why? Tell me why I'm about to buy a shirt for $2,500. Did I say it was too expensive? No, it's acquired taste. Whoever wants it is going to buy it. Am I going to buy it? Probably not. But what I will spend $2,500 in is not that shirt, but it may be something else. You never know. You have to expand your thinking. Stop thinking that stuff is too expensive. Man, okay, last but not least. Number three, sorry about that, you guys. Number 3 is talking about being broke. This is a big deal. A lot of us sit up and use the term, I'm broke. I'm broke. You're broken. That's the problem. Unfortunately, you're broken and you're bound, right? And so the reason why you keep telling yourself that you're broke is because you're broken and you haven't yet taken the time to heal your mental. The reason, let me dig a little deeper into this. Our childhood is what creates the outcome of our adulthood, the things that we're taught as a child, especially when it comes to finances. If you're from a household that didn't have great financial practices, then guess what? Your mentality about money is broken. We're used to wanting to spend as soon as we get. We're used to wanting that immediate gratification. You get paid on Friday and you don't have any money by Saturday morning. Why? Because you've exhausted all of your finances. And so what you think is that's the way living is. Our parents teach us you have to work and work hard and pay bills. That's what life is all about, right? But how about this? What if you learn that the reason why you stay broke is because your mentality is broken, because your mental ability to think past your current state is tarnished. So what do? We have to remove the bondage, because that's what it is. Remember, we talked about the spirit of poverty. You have to remove bondage from your life so that you can in return walk into the wealth and the freedom that you desire. Listen, I had everybody write in their comments how much money they want to make in their business or in their life per month in the comments. I need you guys to make sure that you're writing it. Write it. And then if you are catching us by way of podcast, make sure you email it to me. Find me on social media, send it to my inbox, DM me, whatever works for you. But I want you to gain the power. I want you to recognize the power that are in your words. The power of death and life is in what you say. Every time you speak against your business, every time you speak against your relationship, every time you speak against your finances, every time you speak against your circumstances, you are planting a seed of destruction and you're not even realizing it. Some of us want to say, oh, it's not even that serious, but it is. When people say certain little small things like, oh my God, my head is killing me. Is it? And then you wonder why people die of aneurysms. Is it killing you? No, not for me. Not for me. We're going to take a comment. Adrian said, you will never hear me say that word broke. I don't have time to say that. If you want to, I'm not. That's it. I'm not going to use that word broke. I'm not going to use broke. I'm not going to talk about what I can't afford. And I'm not going to say if something is too expensive. Understand your power is in what you say. Your power is what creates your reality. Here we go. Here's one of our financial confessions. It says, Tiana says, I want to make a minimum of $7,500 per month and an average of $15,000 per month for the rest of 2019. Listen, come on now, Tiana, I'm with you. The Bible says we're 2 or 3, right? Where 2 shall agree. Where 2, let me get my scripture right. Where 2 shall ask anything in our Father's name here on earth, that it shall be done. So Tiana, I am your 2. I am in agreement with you that you shall make $7,500 per month. And by the end of 2019, you shall be at $15,000 per month. Why? Because your power is in your confession. And what you say is what you'll see. And you have to keep saying it until you see it, right? The Bible says, speak those things that are not as though they are. Our power is in what we say. And if you keep on speaking negative over your business and over your finances and talking about what you can't afford and how something is too expensive and how you so broke every week, then guess what? You're going to stay broke. right? Cool. So listen, guys, I thank you so much for joining me today for Maximize Your Monday. I appreciate you guys so much for sharing this broadcast. I thank you for tuning in on whatever podcast platform that you love to listen to your podcast, checking out Maximize Your Monday. I am your vision coach. It is my responsibility to help emerging and aspiring entrepreneurs and coaches discover their niche in business and learn how to create multiple streams of wealth from your why. The first step to us doing that is what? Confessing that it's possible. Tiana said, and I am in agreement with you for a monthly income. Listen, agree with me, Tiana. My monthly income goal is $250,000 per month, and it shall be done in Jesus' name. See, this is the kind of stuff I like. Y'all gonna take me to a whole nother level today, and I wasn't even supposed to go there, right? So listen, I want to share a special opportunity with you guys. If you guys are in a position in your business where you are ready to incorporate new strategies that is going to help you reach the financial goals that you desire in your business, I've been focusing on helping entrepreneurs create multiple streams of wealth in their business. I want to challenge you to join me May 18th at our Shift Conference. Our Shift Conference is designed for coaches. It's designed for service-based entrepreneurs who have to exchange service for profit. I want you to come. So I know that a lot of times people are asking, well, hey, LaToya, I'm not a coach. If you're a consultant, if you're a speaker, if you're in the industry of helping other people go from where they are to greater, changing their perspective, exchanging a service for a profit, then listen, I want to invite you to the conference on Saturday, May 18th. It's going to take place in Utica, Michigan. I want you guys to register for this conference because I truly believe our conferences at Chase Great is a little different. It's not just about inspiring and motivating, but it's really about helping you incorporate strategy and incorporating biblical strategy. Listen, I'm all about kingdom building businesses. My business would not be what it is if it wasn't for God. He called me to this place, right? He told me to be who I am. He showed me if it wasn't for him being the CEO of Chase Great, where would I be? Quick. As an entrepreneur, this journey has not been easy. I tell people all the time, people think that it's so victorious and it's so free. Listen, it's like a slow jog. People think entrepreneurship is like a walk in the park. Like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. The butterflies in the sun. It's like a slow jog in the rain with no shoes on. And it's like 30 degrees outside. Like, it's not the easiest thing. But I understand that because God has called me to this place, I'm here. So let's learn how to use the power that God has given us to gain wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18 talks about the power of gaining wealth. You have that power. But the first place that you have to start using that power is in your words. Stop talking against your finances and learn how to maximize them. Really quick, we have a comment. Leandra said, I just need help to stretch my business with many people on a world that are doing the same as me. Many people that are in a world that are doing the same as you. Listen, that's I'm gonna have to talk about that. We're not gonna go into it right now, Leandria. But a lot of you feel like because you're doing something that is so familiar that it's hard for you to stretch. Let me tell you, when God has called you, when God made you, he made you with your own fingerprint. It doesn't matter where you are. No one can use your fingerprint. The moment that you realize that the way that I do business, I don't care how many coaches there are in the world, nobody is going to coach like LaToya. Nobody is going to teach like LaToya. Nobody's going to speak like LaToya because I understand that I was uniquely made in his image and there are no replications of me. There are no duplicates. And so it doesn't matter how many people are in my industry. I know that I have to stand out. Understand, Leandra, that God has given you something way greater than what you're currently doing right now. It's way bigger than that, but you got to stretch it. You have to believe. You have to see it bigger than what your eyes can see, because we're only going after what the familiar looks like. That's the problem with some of the businesses that we run into. You're so used to the familiar that you want to kind of do things the way you've seen it done. But God said that I've called you to something greater. I've given you the ability to create. Listen, God created the heavens, the stars. He created the everything. When I tell you that if you sitting on a chair right now, do you know that he created the dirt so that the dirt can create that chair? He has given you the ability to create. The problem is that because we're so conditioned to looking around us, we don't know how to stretch our thinking. Leandria, I need you to think beyond that. I need you to dig deeper. I need you to figure out. I need you to sit down before God and say, okay, Lord, you created me to do more than just this. And I need you to figure out what it is. Adrian says, entrepreneurship requires sacrifice, and it is not easy, but it is worth it. Absolutely. So listen, guys, again, I invite you to the Shift Conference. I'm going to make sure that I put the link in the comments. Make sure you guys check it out. It is a phenomenal opportunity. Listen, if you are still working on ridding certain words from your vocabulary and you want to connect with some coaches that can help you get into the conference at a lesser cost, I want you to reach out. We don't look within us, Barb. I want you guys to reach out to one of our coaches. Barb is one of them that you can connect with and say, hey, listen, I want to come to the Shift Conference and I would like to use your membership discount. Yes, our members have discounts, and it's a nice discount based on according to our regular registration fee. So make sure you guys reach out to one of our coaches, connect with them so that you can use their membership discount. I want you guys in the building. The seats are really limited because there's an exercise that we do at our Shift conferences, and it has to be intimate, and I don't like it to be a whole bunch of people from all different places because I need it to be focused. I need your business to be in front center. This is a time for us to talk to God, meet God at this place, receive applicable strategies for our business, and take our finances to the next level in our business. So listen, guys, I'll make sure to drop the link below. You can always visit www.shopchasegreat.com. Register. Seats are extremely limited and they are running out. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for today's Maximize Your Monday. I am your vision coach. Please make sure you check out the podcast. The conference is available for men and women. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. Make sure you guys check out the podcast. Listen to other Maximize Your Mondays, and I will see you guys next Monday, same place, same time. Love you guys. Be blessed.